We're joined by Tony Latham, who is the Executive Vice President and CFO of Bacardi, ready to pour up as well. Tony, I love it, I love it, I love it. Thanks so much for joining us all the way from Bermuda this morning for us. Tony, let's just dive right in the interest of time. There are a lot of specific products we want to get to, but first, what are you expecting on the sales front for the alcohol market in general this summer?
Yeah, good morning, Brad. We're expecting very strong momentum in the alcohol market as we come out of COVID and the on-premise reopens. I just saw your previous segment with Michelle and discussions around bars and restaurants and sporting venues and nightclubs are reopening. So we're certainly excited to be supporting all of our partners in the on-premise reestablish their bars and reestablish their lives. So we're expecting strong momentum heading into the summer for sure.
Certainly. Let's talk a little bit more about that as well. Restaurants, hotels reopening, the broader experience economy, and the annexation that we've seen with experiences and having a good beverage by your side as well throughout that. What are your projections when you think about some of the B2B sales and their contributions to the business as well over at Bacardi?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at channels emerging and evolving through COVID, and that accelerating as we come out of COVID. Actually, so we've seen a lot of channel dynamics happening in the early part of COVID. Obviously, as the on-premise was closed, retail was particularly strong. E-commerce has been a real growth area for alcoholic beverages through COVID. We expect that to continue. You'd be aware that there's lots of activity and lots of consolidation happening in those digital commerce platforms and in the space of food service delivery as well. So lots of activity happening, and we're looking forward to capitalizing on those as we come out of COVID and go forward.
We know that Bacardi, and more broadly, one of the subsidiaries, I should say, Grey Goose, has a history of being one of the main sponsors for one of my favorite sporting events to attend when I can annually, the U.S. Open tennis matches that take place right here in New York. And with that in mind, I mean, everybody thinks about the Honey Deuces when they go to that event for sure. And so
Absolutely.
When you think about some of those events coming back and the importance of sponsorships of major events like that to Bacardi's business and consumers' brand awareness, you know, how critical is it for the annexation to your brand to these events as they start to reemerge as well?
Yeah, it's a key part of getting our brands out in front of consumers and affiliating ourselves with relevant relevant teams, relevant franchises. So we recently with Dewar's Blended Scotch we're a sponsor of the US PGA, and we've got an arrangement with the PGA. Bacardi is a long-term sponsor of the Miami Heat and the NBA, and of course you mentioned Grey Goose's association with the US Open and the Honey Deuce being a very big favorite there. So we're constantly on the lookout for events and experiences that are relevant for our brands, relevant for our consumers, and that'll continue to be a key part of our marketing platform.
I want to get to some of these drinks that are in front of you, Tony. What have we got there? Because the craze that we've seen over the past couple of years, we've watched the absolute explosion of the market for some of these summer seltzers, if you will, but also the ready-to-drink cocktail market that also is just growing dramatically in front of our eyes. So what do you have in front of you today?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, before I get into the detail of the products here, I mean, the ready-to-drink, or as we prefer to call it, premium prepared cocktails, is a significant growth driver for us, and it's been a big inspiration for our innovation that's coming out throughout the next 6, 12, and 18 months. Again, what we want to be recreating and differentiating ourselves within the ready-to-drink space is this bar-quality premium prepared cocktail, and that's what we're really looking for. And what we've got in front of us here is some of the Bacardi range, the Bacardi ready-to-drink range. We had a launch of 3 variants last year. We've just launched another 3 this year, so 6 in total. We've got the Mojito, the Rum Punch, the Bahama Mama, the Sunset Punch, etc. And they've been incredibly popular with consumers. Again, made with real Bacardi rum and the highest quality. We've also launching through our Cazadores brand a range of tequila-based ready-to-drink products. So we've got the Cazadores Margarita, the Paloma. We've also got a spicy margarita. And then over here we've got in the Bombay Sapphire Gin and Tonic franchise, a Bombay Sapphire Gin and Tonic ready to drink as well. So again, what we're looking to do here is differentiate ourselves through bar quality premium prepared cocktails. And so far, the consumer response has been fantastic.
Certainly. Tony, I'm in the red zone, so I have to hustle to my finish, but I got to know, of your broad portfolio of brands, which has seen the most growth over the past few years, and especially over the last year, as we know people had been stocking up their own in-home bars over the course of the pandemic as well.
Yeah, I mean, very quickly, consumers have gravitated to large, trusted, well-known brands. So all of our global iconic brands have done very well, but in particular, tequila and Patron tequila has been a real source of growth for us. Douce Cognac has been a real source of growth for us, and Angel's Envy, American bourbon, American whiskey bourbon has been a real growth driver for us. So plenty of wonderful brands in the portfolio capturing growth at the moment.
I am all too familiar with all of those brands. Tony Latham, Executive Vice President and CFO of Bacardi. Thanks so much for taking the time here with us today.